Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Robin if you're new today, and welcome to part one of my spring/summer garden beds. Today we're going to be working on this flower bed behind me. I'll show you some before shots in a second, and we're going to be creating a zinnia flower bed. So excited about this. I ordered let's see, there's 7,300 heirloom seeds in here, and so we're going to get this flower bed cleaned out and get these seeds planted because it says to plant them early spring and summer. So we're going to get them in the ground. It flooded here yesterday in Texas, so the ground is really wet. So I'm going to do my very best to this flower bed didn't get much rain. It's kind of an eave over it, so it's not saturated like everything else is. So this is why we're going to work on this flower bed today. So if you're new, hit that thumbs up button for me, and let's get right into the video. Okay, real fast before we get started, let me show you this packet of seeds that I got from the TikTok shop. They came in very quickly. I think I ordered them on Monday, the day we left for vacation, and they came in yesterday, so very quickly. So these are called California Giant Zinnias, and so I'm hoping to just have a flower bed full of these beautiful flowers. It says that they will, let's see, once I plant them, does it tell me how quickly they will? Okay, 7 to 14 days to germinate. So hopefully, this is a Saturday morning. Hopefully by next Saturday or Sunday, I'll see some growth happening. So okay, I just wanted to show you guys where I got the plants from, tell you a little bit about them. We're zone 9 in Texas, so I'm hoping these do well. They're supposed to be sun tolerant, so let's get going. Okay, so this flower bed is right off of my deck over in this far right corner. I didn't really work on this flower bed last year, so it needs a lot of attention this year. I did take some of my elephant plants that were in my front flower beds and put them back here. I do have a little rose bush back there, but I think I've lost that little rose bush, so I'm just going to dig that up. I don't see any new foliage on that this year, so I'm going to dig up some of the elephant plants, put those somewhere else, and pretty much clear out this flower bed. I want it to be just full of zinnias in a week or two, so we're going to get in here, weed everything out, rake it. I don't think I'll have time to, well, I know I will not. I really need to power wash these little steps, but that'll be done on another drier day. I don't want to get the ground any wetter, but those do need to be power washed. So, okay, let's get in here, start weeding, and see what we can get done. Okay, friends, I'm going to be very honest with you and tell you that I certainly did not want to do this project on this Saturday morning. We had just gotten back from our 5-day vacation. Charlotte and I did our little girls trip the night before this, and I was just wanting to be lazy. It was storming when we got into town Friday night, and I just wanted to be lazy on this Saturday. I wanted to catch up on my Netflix. I wanted to catch up on my YouTube videos that I've missed with my friends that have YouTube channels. I just wanted to have a lazy day. And when I got up on this Saturday morning, I'm like, it's too wet. I won't be able to do any yard work today. So I'm just going to be lazy and stay in my pajamas all day. That was my intentions. And then the sun came out. And I was like, oh my goodness, I really need to get this flower bed taken care of. I knew the kids were going to come over on Sunday. We're going to absolutely need to clean the pool out. So I got up, put my hair in a ponytail, and got outside and filmed this for not just for myself, but for you guys. Because if I didn't film this, I wouldn't have had a video for you on the Wednesday night that you're watching this. So I was super duper proud of myself because I certainly wanted to have a lazy day on the day that I cleaned out this flower bed, but I didn't. I got out and got her done. So let me know in the comment section, do you have anything in your yard right now that is just saying come and weed or come and mow or come and create? Any area in your yard that you know you need to get a hold of and you just haven't had any motivation to do it? Because believe me, like I said earlier, I did not touch this flower bed last year. All I did was just throw some elephant ears over in it and they rooted. And so I knew I really had to get a hold of this flower bed this spring. And I knew also on this day, as I'm pulling all of these weeds and all of the grass that I got over into this flower bed, that I was going to be very happy that I got it done. But whew, y'all, it was a job. And yes, the ground was pretty wet, but I still, as you saw, had to take a shovel and just kind of dig up some of the area before I started weeding it. And once I got off in the flower bed, it was a little bit wetter than I thought it was. So, but anyway, we got it all done. And so I tried to fast forward as much as I could. Oh goodness, not fast forwarding, but speeding up my clips. I try to speed up most of them so it won't be too boring to you guys. Because I know this is not very exciting, but I'm hoping, even though it's not very exciting, that it's very motivating to you guys. Kind of like cleaning your house. Sometimes you just don't want to do it. But you can sit down, watch somebody else clean their house, and that kind of inspires and motivates you to get your chores done. So I'm hoping the same thing happens as I'm outside today, that as you watch me weed and get this flower bed cleaned out and ready for pretty flowers, and that will encourage you if you've got an area in your yard that you need to tackle. Okay, now that I've pretty much showed you my weeding process, there's probably an easier way to do this. I'm going to rake this up really good, and then I'll show you some aftershots. Okay, friends, we have a wheelbarrow full for sure. Now listen, once I got into the actual dirt, it was a little bit wetter than I thought it was going to be. I was actually mushing down in that dirt, so it is wetter than it looks. But I did the very best I could to try to get as much of the weeds and all of the front stuff pulled out. I did not want, y'all want to see a Texas size earthworm? There you go. He's like, you have messed up my home. So I pulled out as much as I could. I did leave some of the elephant ears in the back, but I want all my zinnias here in the front. So there we go. For today, that's all we're going to do because, again, the ground is very wet. It's not supposed to rain here in Texas tonight, so we'll get back out in the morning and do some more planting. Okay, since that's all I can do in that other flower bed today, here is my iris flower bed. And let me go slow. This is to the right of this flower bed right here that I'm going to put my zinnia seeds in. So this is on this corner, and it's all irises. Y'all, for some reason, now I did not fertilize my irises this year. Could be why. But not one iris bloomed this year. Did any of y'all have that same trouble? Is it too early for the irises to be blooming? Possibly. But I've got a lot of greens going on here, a lot of foliage, but no blooms. So I'm going to take the time, and I'm going to dig up these stones right here real fast, get them out of the way, and then maybe do a little raking here. Now, these stones certainly need some power washing to get them back to looking pretty good. This little flower bed has been here for about 5 years. I actually planted all of these iris bulbs when I first started my channel, and so I am so proud that I actually could grow something from a bulb. My Granny Horton was huge on plants, and her and her two sisters, they would grow plants and then they would sell them out by her house. I have such great memories of that. She actually even grew a banana tree one time, guys, and it produced a banana. I remember being a young, probably 12 or 13, I believe, when I saw that. And I was just like mesmerized by, wow, Granny Horton can grow anything. And let me know in the comment section if you've ever tried to grow a banana tree and it actually produced a banana, because that was very pretty cool to me as a child. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of weeding in here. A couple of these, I don't know what that plant was, guys, that I just pulled out of there. Are those, I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, somehow a couple of those got over here in this flower bed, and so I had to pull those up because all I want over here is just irises. And as you could see from the stones that were pretty much, deep in the ground, this was another flower bed that I did not do anything to last year. And once I weed this flower bed and rake it, I will not be putting back the stones today because I definitely need to add some more soil to kind of raise those stones up before I put these back around my iris bed. Okay, so here's a quick after shot of my little iris bed. I went ahead and just pulled up all those stones and weeded, raked as much as I could. You want to see another one of my little friends? Can y'all see that little green frog right there? I'm not as scared of frogs, but when they jump out, they always scare me. So there's Mr. Frog. He's like, leave my home alone. Okay, let me get it back to normal. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. So, pretty much weeded as good as I could. This right here is called something. It was in my Granny Horton and my Granny Yates's yard. I'm not sure what it is. Charlotte, if you're watching, I'm sure you can tell me what type of bush that is, but it's been here for a long, long time. Okay, so we're going to leave this alone for today, let it dry out a little bit more, and then we'll get back out here, and I might put some more soil here. It needs some in those little holes, and then put our stones back, and then see. It may be, again, like I said earlier, past blooming season, but I don't know if it has or not, but I haven't seen a bloom yet. So that's all we're going to get done in these two flower beds today. Okay, this is about an hour later and the sun's out, and this bed gets a lot of sun, so hopefully before the sun goes down, this sun will dry out this bed a little bit more, because again, it was pretty wet. Again, so glad to see the sun out and drying up this wet soil. Hey friends, okay, it's day 2, and I've already gone to Lowe's this morning, got some pot and soil, some soil and some plants. So we're going to go on back over to the flower beds and plant my zinnias. And I cleared off a lot of poison ivy yesterday before I went to bed. So let's head over there and let's get our zinnias planted and see what else we're going to get done today. Jay and Vanessa and Lainey are here. We cleaned the pool out yesterday, and so they're in the pool, filling the pool up with water. So let's get this day started. Okay, I'm going to unload this potting soil and the soil, and I got some bird seeds for the bird feeders today. So as I said before, after I got through cleaning out the flower beds, Derek finished cleaning out the pool, and Jay and Vanessa had stopped by. So this morning after church, while I was at Lowe's, Jay and Vanessa stopped by to fill up the swimming pool. The kids always enjoy it as the pool is getting full of water. That's always a fun time. They like to get in as it's filling up. You can't see Lainey right here, but Lainey's in there also. they are filling up the pool, I'm doing a little bit more yard work. And I'm first going to start by just raking up what I pulled off of this fence that you see here. I cleaned up this fence line. It's pretty bad with, it can get out of hand with poison ivy if I don't stay on top of it. So Derek is highly allergic to poison ivy. So I, again, after the pool was cleaned and then after we finished these flower beds, I spent a couple hours at Saturday night cleaning off the fence line and then got in the bathtub immediately. As a matter of fact, while we were on our girls' trip, Charlotte and I, at that historic museum that we stopped at, there was a gift shop there, and they had some poison ivy soap. So that was one of the first gifts I bought for Derek, was some poison ivy soap, and I actually used it this night, and I did not break out with poison ivy. I'm not really highly allergic to it, but I will get a little patch every now and then if I'm not careful. So that's what you're seeing me pick up right now, is all of the stuff that I cleared off of that fence line Saturday night. So I definitely had a wheelbarrow full. And I'm so sorry. I thought that I had filmed me putting this wheelbarrow full of stuff over in our burn pile. But as you can see, I go off the camera here in a second and I don't get our huge burn pile that we have between us and our neighbors. And we both use it. And we burned it, I think, about a year ago. And it's probably ready to burn again. Okay, now we're going to put our stones back. I did put some potting soil. No, I'm sorry. I did put some soil here in this flower bed, but I guess I didn't film it because when I went back to add it, I couldn't find any footage of it. So I must not have hit record. But I did add some soil to kind of help those stones sit on top of the ground when I put them back here. Okay, I think I ended up putting 2 bags of soil and 2 bags of potting soil here into this flower bed. And then I just took my little rake and just mixed it all together. And because I had about 3 hours of sun yesterday on this day, which dried up a lot of this flower bed, I did a little bit more weeding off camera. And so by the time I put my zinnia seeds in, I think my flower bed was pretty much weed free. And also by the time I got my potting soil in here, Jay and Vanessa and Lainey were done swimming. And so I'm about to show you some precious footage of Lainey helping Honey in the flower bed. Oh, and I also forgot to mention that this one plant right here, that is just a mum that I planted there in the fall, and it was blooming out and coming alive again. So I did not want to pull up that mum and repot it somewhere. So I just left it in this flower bed. Sure, everyone knows this. However, if you don't, your mums that you buy in the fall, if they die, go ahead and just plant them in the flower bed. And then you can cut them back, and most of them will survive, and they'll pop back up in spring. That's what I'm telling Vanessa and Katie, my daughter-in-laws. As I'm talking here, that's what I'm telling them that they can do with their fall mums.
We're just flying high. We're not coming down. Come right up next to me. Step aside.
Okay, guys, we're going to plant our zinnias. We have our little helper today. Okay, you know what to do. Throw it in there, girl. Good job, Mama. Good job, Papa. Good job. Okay, let's do some more over here. Okay, let's step in here. Step in here. There we go. And we're going to put some up there. Okay, reach in there and get some. Throw it in there. Woohoo! Good job. Get some more.
Don't stop now. We're like the river in the sky. Fly high. Don't think we're ever coming down.
Okay, friends, I just had to include this footage of Lainey helping me in this little garden. She had so much fun, and it was just so fun. I had both of my daughter-in-laws here this afternoon, so we were talking gardening as we were planting up the zinnia bed. As I'm doing this voiceover today, this is May the 6th, and Amelia, Jay and Vanessa's little second girl, is due on May the 23rd. However, it looks like Vanessa may have to move up her due date to May the 16th. So I know a lot of you believe strongly in prayer, and I've been asking you guys for prayer over Vanessa and Amelia, and you guys have been so faithful to pray for them. So if you would continue to say another prayer for a healthy Amelia, because we did have some complications when Lenny was born. So, of course, there's a little fear with Jay and Vanessa just with this upcoming birth of Amelia Ray and Lainey's little sister. However, we also know that God has a great plan for our family, and God will protect Vanessa and Amelia Ray through this labor and delivery. Okay, so for any master gardeners out there that are watching this thinking, Robin, those seeds are never going to take. And that's okay. We may end up with just a couple of flowers, but that's okay. We are definitely making memories out here in the garden, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Okay, so all I did was, again, Lainey threw out all the seeds, and then we took a little hand rake, and I just tried to, cover up all the seeds as well as I could. I'm doing this voiceover on a Wednesday night, and the Monday after we planted these seeds, it rained really, really well. So hopefully we will start seeing some results soon. Okay, I'm going to show you some before and after of the 2 flower beds that we worked on. If you're still with me, leave me a plant emoji in the comment section. I'm so glad you guys hung out with Lainey and I today. Be sure that you're subscribed to my channel before you leave today so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming garden videos. See you in the next one, friends. Bye.